Okay, so that's my first blowout. I hope I have enough colors on here because this has a lot of pillow paint on it. It's a 16 by 16. I love the edges here. I know I'm going to lose the ones I like and keep the ones I hate, but we can also make more edges. This is it wet, and I just blew it out, so the cells are still popping up. What colors did we use? We used gold, blue, black, bright black, what was it from Pebeo? The blue, black, and the green, blue iridescent. Those high viscosity paints. I used a little bit of orange and pink together. Obviously, the maroon berry from DecoArt. I love that berry. And gold. There's gold in here too. There's a lot of cells here, and of course, when I spin it out, I'm hoping I will get something that kind of looks like a flower, but maybe just a very abstract one. Now, you can see my second blow over there, how different it is from that one, because it kind of goes over top, right? I love that. And I might end up doing more of that, but maybe not at the time that I'm thinking. I might actually have to do this later, and it may not turn out, or it may ruin it. All I'm worried about is that it won't dry properly. I can live with a weird composition because I'm not good at blooms, and my new tool is just more powerful than the actual one that I used. So anyway, this is the first automatic response to the blow dryer in the middle with the white and black cell activator. Lots of cells. Not worried about not getting those, but will this composition look like anything worth keeping when I'm done? We'll see what I can do with it. Hopefully this is on the right angle that I'm using. So I've had to spin off a lot. I knew I would when I put on all that paint, but wow, there's a lot happening. A lot of movement, extreme. And luckily, I think I put enough blue to counter all that pink this time. Let's hope so. I gotta still get more paint off of this, so I'm not done. You know when you see this and you go, oh, and then you look inside and they're empty? So we're starting to build the game area. A lot of stuff still needs to be thrown out on my end, but you know, it's getting cleaner, and this is also going to be very small and on a a table. Back to the painting. One sec. Okay, so here it is. Sorry, the lighting's not great. It should be, but it probably isn't. Anyway, this is it. I didn't modify too much, but I did something I never do. I did modify the cells when they were little itty bitty things. So by doing that, I thought, oh yeah, they're gonna become larger designs, but they really underwhelmed in that regard. But they didn't underwhelm in the feathering, and I mean, that's beautiful pillow paint. I'm almost out that boomerang. Next time I will definitely get a semi-gloss though. The velvet, it feels great, but you're not supposed to be touching your paintings. But again, I can't say this enough about the transparent and the semi and the transparent. How beautiful when you layer them just right. Now I have enough experience with these colors to know I can get brown, I can get gold, I can get all kinds of things. I did use that super bright blue again, plus the one I mentioned earlier when I was recording. So there's two blues in here. There's two reds. Oh, actually, I just remembered I didn't put any yellow in it. Did I put yellow? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think I did. That's probably what it's missing. Yeah, it should be a little bit brighter. Okay. Well, yeah, I definitely had yellow. It's right there, and as you can see, it's still got the cap on. And I just mixed it for this exact purpose. But anyway, that's fine. I forgot one color. Oh, that's such a big loss. Anyway, I used the white and the black cell activator, but like I said, I knew a lot of it was going to be tipped off. It's a 16 by 16. I put more color than I normally do because I knew so much of it would be tipped off. And I wanted the parts that's in the middle to be the main thing. And that's usually a smaller one when you make just a little tiny bloom, and then you have all the nice stuff around it. But you can see the lacing in some of the areas and those nice sort of tortoise shell cells you get. But with some of the modifications and movements that I put with my little skewer, it takes the cells and gives them a little twirl, and then you can see some underneath colors. And I love how it literally turns like this area into a 3D part. Literally because of the backdrop of those wonderful, soft, ethereal colors, this crisp, twist gives it a 3D punch, and it actually looks like a round thing and coming at you. It's really cool. I like how these things can do that, and that's one of the things I'm interested in, is using these modifications to actually change how the composition is of all the cells and the patterns and everything, because you can really do a lot if you know what you're doing, which I don't. I freely admit that. We're still very much in pre-K. Well, let's say we're in kindergarten now and we're heading into grade 1. We've learned how to mix things up. We know that we can still use US FLOETROL if we want. But, I'm still learning about colors, and I think I'm really starting to envy people who just use pigments, because they don't have to deal with paint. Paint means it gets sticky, it gets hard. If there's any air that gets in there, it's ruined, and you have to mix it, and it has to be. Whereas if you're just putting, this little piggy pigments in there like everyone else is, you're just using your pouring medium and a little bit of powder, and boom, there's your paint. There's almost no effort into it. And when you've gotten into acrylic pouring from the base up, like I have, where you started with glue and water and then FLOETROL, believe me, it seems like cheating. It should be harder, but it's not just enough to make a bunch of sparkles. You actually have to have a composition. Now, this is, to me, an explosion of color, but it doesn't necessarily look like anything. It is abstract, and that's fine. It doesn't have to. But I love that it did what I asked it to do. It didn't like underperform, and there's certain areas where it actually does look like it's got, like areas where things are raised and all that. They may very well maybe. I might have to get some schmutz out of some of these, but or they dry in there and the place stays the way it is. So yeah, I'd love any comment, Ma, or anybody. My eyes are so blurry. As soon as I go away, I can't see any of it. So this is it. Hopefully I'm going to be doing a swipe, the next one, and then I'm going to do a really old-fashioned acrylic pouring paint with a ring pour and that kind of stuff next. Because Athena's, she's watching all Hitchcock in order, and I may join her. It's really nice and cool down here, which is why I'm actually bringing this up to my bedroom, where it's not hot. It's a nice and mild day, but it's a more ordinary day, like room temperature. This is way cooler than the norm. Okay, that's it. I hope people liked this, and hope that you see some kind of growth. Some of my cells had 3 colors in them now, but I did use a blow dryer for this, and I didn't ruin it. So the sad thing is, the blower I got is so powerful. Even at the lowest, I'd have to just do little shots of it, and that's not convenient. And also the upside to it, it's a really good blower. It just blows dust out of places that are too small to vacuum. So it's really handy for that. So anyway, if you're into cleaning on the level I am, it's not really a downside thing. But yeah, it was supposed to be a lot weaker. Okay, that's it. Love y'all. Bye bye.